Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to actually change your life for the better. I think most of us grew up believing that in order to change your life, you had to work really hard, hustle, 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 grind, 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 and then one day maybe you'll end up kind of wealthy and doing pretty okay. Well, what if I told you that's not the only way? And what if I told you there was a much easier and more fun way to go about living your best life? I'm going to share a little bit of my own personal story and then a whole bunch of tips. These are things that I actually do to create the ideal life that I now live today. So it's no secret that I love the finer things in life. I have lots of luxury content on my channel. I enjoy designer bags. I enjoy nice vacations. I enjoy dining out at really nice restaurants. I love the luxurious lifestyle, but it wasn't always that way. I'm in a place now where I get to enjoy these things, but I actually used to be a homeless teenager, just kind of wandering around. So how did I get from homeless 14-year-old to where I am today? I'm going to give you a very quick version of my story. I can always do a more in-depth video later on. I'm also open to doing more in-depth videos on specific topics that I bring up during this video. So if there's anything you want more information on, please let me know in the comments down below and I will be sure to do a full video on those things. Okay, so when I was 13 years old, my mom decided to take a different path in life and started making a lot of really, really poor life choices. My dad lives in France, and so he was not really aware of like anything that was going on. I would go and visit him in the summers, and we have a great relationship. My mom used to be normal, and then I don't know what happened. She started hanging out with the wrong crowd, started doing drugs, things got really bad. And so when I was 13, I left to go stay with another family member. That family member was no better. So at age 14, I left again. And this time I had nowhere else to go. I was completely on my own. I was in high school. I would stay with friends. I would stay on whoever's couch I could. I ended up moving into this like little tiny camper. It's like the size of the Suburban I drive now, in my boyfriend's parents' backyard. So I stayed there for a while and eventually I ended up getting a job. I had to lie about my age to get the job. And then I had to lie about my age again to be able to rent a literal metal shack. I'll put a picture of it on the screen, a metal shack in this lady's backyard. Because she didn't require any proof of ID, which is super sketchy. And I was just not having a good time. I was doing the best I could, the best I knew how. I knew that I didn't want to end up like my mom and the people she was around, but I didn't really know what else to do other than just barely make it, other than stay in school, get a job, pay rent, and try to figure life out. This went on for several years. Then at 17, I ended up becoming a teen mom, completely single mom from the start, single parent from the start. And that is the moment where I was like, I really need to do better for myself. Like, I know I'm trying, but I need to really do better for myself because it's not going to just be me anymore. It's going to be me and my daughter. So that really pushed me to get a better job and then a better job and then a better job and kind of this traditional climb the ladder type thing. I ended up getting into banking. I was a teller, then I was a lead teller, then I was a customer service rep, I was a personal banker. By this time, I had bought my own home and things were starting to get pretty good. And then I met my husband and we ended up getting married and I sold that home. We moved out of state. I got my license to be a financial advisor and started that business, and things were pretty good. Now it was kind of year after year after year, slowly up leveling and up leveling and up leveling and working really, really hard to make life better, but I was definitely getting burnt out. I was at the point in my life now where I wasn't unhappy. I feel like I had made it, but I wanted more. And eventually you get to a place in your life where you just can't do anymore. You've done all the practical things and there's not anything left for you to do. Like, you can't work any harder or any more hours, like you've reached your limit. So then what comes after that? What do you do? That is when I started looking into personal development. So I kind of went on my own personal development journey, and I started making a morning routine and just trying to better myself. And that helped, but I still wasn't getting anywhere. And a lot of the personal development type books are how to pick you up off of rock bottom to get to where you're okay. And I was like, but what if I'm already doing good? What if I'm already doing good and I want to get great? I want to do even better. Where are the books for that? Where are the courses for that? Like, how do you do that? And that is where I started to find the more spiritual type books, the more manifestation, law of attraction, energy type books. And at first, I was like, no, get that woo stuff away from me. Don't have time for that. But it kept coming up. It kept coming up, and I kept coming across them, and it definitely piqued my interest. And I was like, you know what? Sure. Why not? What do I have to lose? I can try it out. If it works, things will get better. If it doesn't work, then things will stay exactly the same, which is not bad. So literally, what do I have to lose? I'll just try it out. People seem to swear by it. A lot of really successful people, actors, singers, entrepreneurs, talk about manifestation and talk about the law of attraction. So there must be some merit to it. I'll try it out. So I started testing it out in my financial advising business, where I would write in my journal like clients I wanted to bring in, amounts of money I wanted to manage, things like that. I would have no idea how these things were going to happen, or where this money was going to come from, or how these goals were going to come to fruition, but I would journal it out, and I would try to feel the feelings of those things manifesting into real life. I would try to act as if those things had already happened. And the more I did those things, the more it actually worked. Like, I would get phone calls out of nowhere from millionaires wanting to do business with me, wanting me to manage their portfolios. And I wasn't even trying. Like, they were finding me somehow. And so once that happened, I was hooked. Then eventually after that, I started having a lot of rapid growth. The firm asked me to start coaching new advisors. I fell in love with coaching. I ended up leaving the firm to run my own coaching business, which I still do today. So that's kind of my story. Now, what I wanted to talk to you guys about was kind of the principles of those things and how you use them and how you can apply them to your life, and really in any area of life. It's not just business, it's not just money, all areas. Now, I'm going to keep this pretty high level and not go too much into depth. Otherwise, this could be a 5-hour long video. I can talk about this in detail all day long, but I'm just going to kind of touch on each topic a little bit. And like I said, if you want more in-depth conversation about this, please let me know, and I can definitely do a whole series on it. So my first tip on how to actually change your life for the better, regardless of what that looks like for you, because it's going to look different for everyone, is deciding what that is. Get a clear picture of what you want. Instead of just, I want my life to be better than it is. Well, how? What do you want? Is it more money? Is it a better relationship? Is it better friends? Is it more time? Is it more travel? Is it a farm with animals? Is it living in a big city in a penthouse? Whatever it is, get clear on what you would like your life to look like. The next step is embodiment. Ask yourself, if you already had those things, what would you be doing? What would you be thinking? What would you be saying? The version of you that already has those things, what decisions do they make? How are they in their everyday life? What do they do? And is there any of those things that you can do now? Because think about it, successful people don't wait to start acting successful once they become successful. They act successful now and then therefore become successful. And it's like that with really anything, even health and fitness. You're not going to wait to lose weight to eat healthy. You eat healthy and then you lose weight, or you're not going to wait to lift weights until you're all buff. You get buff because you lift the weights. So there's always something to do, something to embody first before you get the end result. So for example, Let's say you're super far away from your goal. You're like, yeah, well, one day I want a Chanel bag, and right now I'm living on my mom's couch. Okay, I get it. You're not in a place to go in and buy that Chanel bag right now. But can you walk into a Chanel? Can you walk into a Chanel and ask to see the bag and look at it and try it on? Doesn't pique your interest today and give it back? Like, in the middle, there's a version of you that goes into Chanel and tries on the bag. Why can't you do that now? Even if you have zero intention of buying that bag today, even if you're not able to buy that bag today, you can still take the steps. Same thing with a dream car. Can you just go and test drive it? Go to the lot and look at it in person instead of just thinking about it and wishing about it in your house. Can you go there and view it? Or if there's a certain neighborhood you want to live in, go take a walk in that neighborhood as if you just finished dinner and you're going on your evening walk in your neighborhood. You don't have to wait to be in a position to where you ultimately have the thing. You can meet yourself halfway to get in the energy of the thing that you want. So start embodying that version of you. Start doing the things that they do. Start hanging out with the people that that person would hang out with. And sometimes this means you need to cut certain people out, which brings me to my next tip is be careful of who you hang out with, both in the virtual world and in person. It's easiest to start online. So if there are people who are constantly posting dramatic things, sad things, negative things, and it's just you get no joy out of seeing their content, unfollow that person. In real life, if there's somebody who's constantly speaking negatively to you, constantly just a drag, always an energy suck, or somebody who's super toxic to your vibe, your energy, you just feel icky after interacting with them, maybe it's time to let that person go. Maybe it's time to not surround yourself with that person anymore. Don't have conversations with that person anymore. If it's somebody where you can't help it, let's say it's somebody you work in an office with, and they just always get really wound up whenever politics comes up, don't have political conversations with that person anymore. Like, do the best you can, but definitely be aware of how certain people make you feel and what they are contributing to your life. Now, the thing is, this goes for everyone, and sometimes, unfortunately, those people are family members. There are quite a few family members of mine who I no longer have contact with, and it is because of the type of people they are, and those people do not align with the circle I'm creating around myself and the lifestyle that I want to live. I know that can seem really harsh at first, but the more you start to surround yourself with the people you want to be like, the less desire you'll have to hang out with the people that make you feel bad. And eventually you'll not want to hang out with them anymore. And it becomes very easy to let them go because they are not good for your life. They're not bringing anything positive to your life. My next tip is all about gratitude. Now, I feel like gratitude and the law of attraction kind of go hand in hand, because the more you're grateful for something, the more things you'll attract to be grateful for. So here's the thing. You could be frustrated in your life and be like, but I literally don't have what I want. I don't have what I want. I want this over here and I don't have it. And it's hard to be grateful when I don't have the thing I want. And I get that. But here's the thing. We have to learn to be happy with what we have and genuinely grateful for the things we do have, and then focus on getting more of what we want. You can be perfectly content and still want more. You can have a lot and still want more, but it all starts with gratitude. And it can be the simple, even cliche things that you show gratitude for. So writing in a journal what you're grateful for, that you live in a home, you have shelter, you have food, maybe you have pets you're grateful for, maybe you have kids you're grateful for, maybe you found a dress on sale and you're like, heck yeah, universe, send me more of that. And you just list anything you're grateful for, and that puts you in a more uplifted mood too. So your energy is better, so you feel better, and then therefore you attract better. My next tip would be focus on what you want, not what you don't want. So a couple of examples here. Instead of thinking, I don't want to fail, I don't want to fail, I don't want to fail, instead think, I want to succeed. Because if you think, okay, I don't want to fail, now you're thinking about yourself failing. Don't even think about that side of things. think about the success. Or I don't want to be broke. Now you're thinking about you being broke. Think about, I want to be wealthy. I want to be abundant. I want to be financially secure. I want to be financially free. Think of the positive versus the negative. Even when it comes to like dating and relationships, instead of thinking, I don't want to meet another guy that sucks, or like, I don't want to meet another guy that treats me wrong, or I don't want to meet another guy who doesn't call back. Instead, think, I want to meet the perfect man. I want to meet the man that calls me back. I want to meet the man who makes me feel amazing, or the woman, or whatever. But the point is, we need to focus on the positive instead of the negative. Just that shift alone does so much for your energy and what you attract. My next tip is focus on feeling good. Focus on doing things that make you happy, that light you up, that get excited, and don't do the things that you don't like to do anymore as much as you can help it. So, for example, if you know going to yoga every weekend makes you feel good, go do that. Or if you know taking a coffee break in the middle of a day makes you feel good, go do that. Do more of things that make you feel good without there being a special occasion. I see this a lot. People tend to save things for special occasions, and I think that's okay sometimes. I think it's good, to go and celebrate special occasions, of course, but sometimes I think we almost restrict ourselves because we think we have to wait for a special occasion before we can just go off and enjoy life. I think we should just go enjoy life. Go do the thing that you want to do, even if there's no special occasion. So treat yourself, go to the movies with your friends, go out to dinner, do the things you want to do without having to have a real reason for it. My final tip for today is celebrate in advance. So what we do here is you decide on a goal, a thing you want to accomplish. Once you know what that is, I want you to celebrate as if it's already done. So for example, if your goal is to make an extra $1,000 this month, you decided it, that's your goal. All right, awesome. Time to celebrate is if you just received that $1,000. So maybe you pop open a bottle of champagne, make a toast to that $1,000, get excited about it, drink your champagne, woo, you celebrated. That's awesome before it even happened. Now, when it inevitably does happen, then it's time to celebrate again. So maybe you go out to dinner, maybe you pop open another bottle of champagne, maybe you take yourself shopping, you do something else to celebrate. But the thing is, you celebrate twice. Celebrate in advance because that sends a strong signal to the universe that you are so confident that this is meant for you and that this is going to happen, that you're just going to go ahead and celebrate now. And then when it does happen, of course, celebrate again. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Therefore, you attract more things like that to be grateful for. So all of these things kind of compound on each other. And if you've never really looked at life this way or practiced any of these things, it can kind of seem like a lot to try and do all at once. But it's just about adopting these little habits and applying them little by little, day by day, as best you can. And you will start to see a shift in your life and in how you feel. It is so incredibly important to believe in yourself and go after your goals. Nothing is impossible. If I went from a homeless teenager to now somebody who is able to leave their 9 to 5, to run their own business, now I have my own YouTube channel, which is crazy. I never thought, oh, that's another thing. Okay, so quick story time. I wrote in my journal that I want to be fully monetized on YouTube in 1 month or sooner. And I don't know how I'm going to do it or why it's going to happen, but it's going to happen because I decided, and that's what I want. Then I celebrated, and then I started my YouTube channel. So November 1st, I started my YouTube channel, November 1st, 2023. By November 16th, I had hit 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So I was kind of like that first step of monetization, but that's not what I wrote in my journal. I wanted to be fully monetized. November 26th, I hit 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 watch hours. So fully monetized in less than a month, just like what I wrote in my journal. And that is the beauty of manifestation. You can truly create any life you want. You can truly change your life for the better when you start to adopt these manifestation principles and then just apply them to the different areas of your life. That being said, I do want to take a quick moment to thank you so much. The fact that I was able to gain over 1,000 subscribers in less than a month and be fully monetized and have the watch hours and have the engagement with you guys has been absolutely amazing. I appreciate the support so much. Every time you watch my videos, every time you hit the like button, to all of you who have subscribed and left comments, it helps my channel grow so much, and I just cannot thank you enough. And I just, thank you. So I know this video was a little fast paced. I would really like to dive deep into each individual topic and make a video around all of them if there's enough interest. But those are the principles that I used to change my life for the better, to meet the right man, to get the right job, to start my business, to have the business be successful. And these are the things that I use to manifest anything I want in my life. And they are the tools that you can use to manifest anything you want into your life as well. So again, if you want more in-depth videos, please let me know in the comments down below. I love reading all of your comments. I respond to every single one. Thank you so much for being so interactive with me. I really love it. It makes my day when I get a new comment on my video and I get to chat with you. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it was inspirational. I hope it was motivational. And I hope that you take these principles and try them out and apply them to your own life, and let me know what results you have. Thank you so very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.